Hello internet world and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. It's time for question of the day and this is episode 2. We had the first one last week and that went extremely well. So many of you tuned into the live broadcast. Now this week's question of the day is a little bit earlier. I've got a prior engagement, so instead of being at 4 PM GMT we're around about 30 minutes early. But that might also mean that I can make this a little bit of a lengthier discussion, and although the topic is going to really revolve around this particular viewer's question, if you have got anything that's relevant to this particular discussion, then please do leave that in the live chat. I always answer as many questions as I can. If you want to use the super chat feature, not only does that support the channel, but you also get your question or comment highlighted. And if you're watching this after the live broadcast, of course, do leave me some new questions, because I'm going to be doing question of the day every single week. So if yours is one of the questions that captures my attention, it may well be featured in next week's video. So let's have a look at the live chat before we get on to the question, because as always I say a big hello to the first 4 of you in the live chat. So big hello to the Gaming Duck, also hello to Mark Appleton, and that is it at the moment because I've taken this a bit early. So and also to Peter R126 saving me there. Hello to everybody that's tuned in as well. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day, and a big hello to also the Golden Solution. Really nice to have you here. So we're going to get on to the question of the day very shortly. Before we do so, I do just want to remind you that I tweet out a lot. I do tweet. I've got a problem with tweeting, and if you want to follow me, please do follow me on Twitter as well. I'm Geekanoids on Twitter. I'm pretty much Geekanoids on all of the social media channels. Also on Instagram, I do post a lot of Instagram photos, so please do check me out there as well. So let's actually move straight on to the question of the day. Why not? And today's question comes in from Life's Life, and the question is, do you think the iPhone SE2 will have wireless charging? It doesn't look like it. Well, we're expecting an iPhone SE2 this year, possibly within the next couple of months. I think it will probably come sort of later on in the year when the next round of iPhones happens. And I've got mixed feelings about this. Now, I had an iPhone SE for many months, and it's a fantastic smartphone, very powerful in that compact package, and the rumours are different from different people, and I've been researching this over the last few days, and I've come to my own conclusion. This is what I think is going to happen with the iPhone SE2. So this isn't necessarily going to happen, but this is just my opinion. I think that this time around they won't keep the iPhone SE or the iPhone SE2 as the same design as the outgoing version. I think they will probably keep the naming convention the same. So I do think it'll be called the iPhone SE2. Some people think it'll be called the iPhone X or iPhone X SE. I don't think that'll happen. But I think this time around they will change the design. And I think it's going to look more like the iPhone 8. But just in that smaller package. And I do also think that they're going to improve the screen technology. I think they're going to keep the home button there. I think they're going to keep the 4K recording, of course, so we're not going to lose any features per se. But what we are going to gain is this same design language as the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, and that is the glass back, so that we can have wireless charging. You've got to think sort of quite sensibly about this. The iPhone SE was launched to give you all of the power, or most of the power, in many of the current range of iPhones, but in that smaller package. Apple said they've done their research and many people do still like smaller phones, and it has been a very popular model. So I think the iPhone SE2 is going to keep that nice compact size, but what the previous version, or the current version at the time of doing this video, is all about is giving good performance in that small package. So a user is getting a nice compact smartphone without losing anything. So you're still going to get the same really nice quality video, nice quality camera, still single lens on the iPhone SE2, but I do think that they will have to step up their game a little bit. And what more can they do apart from possibly introduce the same colours as we've got with the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, including the product red, but also to give us wireless charging. I think they need wireless charging across their range of smartphones now, and it just seems a natural progression that the iPhone SE2 will have that as well. I'd be really interested to know from you guys and girls though, whether you prefer a smaller screen smartphone or a larger screen smartphone. Please do let me know that in the live chat, or indeed in the comments section below. And I'd also be really interested if any of you experience using the iPhone SE in its current format, or indeed if you would be interested in actually picking up an iPhone SE2 when it's announced. I don't think it's going to disappear. Some people are saying, oh, they won't do a new version of it. I don't think that is the case. I think we'll definitely see a brand new model of the iPhone SE at some stage during 2018. Let's have a look inside the live chat and see if we've got any questions. We have got plenty of comments coming in, so let's just have a look inside. We have got the Golden Solution. I've already said hello to you. We've also got Paul Sergides in the live chat. Paul is a very regular viewer, so thank you for tuning in. Let's talk a little bit about sort of my usage of smartphones recently. I know this comes up a lot in the questions, and that is people asking whether I'm mainly using Google Android or mainly using iOS at the moment. My main sort of daily driver is still the OnePlus 5T, so I'm still primarily using Android. I do use my iPhone 8 Plus a lot as well. I use that for a lot of client work, so I have two phones on me most of the time. Smartphones of interest to me actually at the moment, believe it or not, the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus is on an amazing deal this weekend, in the UK at least, so I'm possibly looking at picking up one of those. And also, one of my really popular videos over the past sort of 4 or 5 months has been the OnePlus 5T coverage I did, and so the OnePlus 6 is due very soon as well. And I think if that delivers on its promises, that'll probably become my main sort of daily driver going forwards, and I'll upgrade from the OnePlus 5T. But going back to the question, let's get back on topic. Back on topic to the question about the iPhone SE2. I really can't think of anything else that they're going to be able to do with this particular smartphone. They're not going to give it more features than the current main range of smartphones from Apple. So I think really the most they can do is just add that wireless charging, maybe give it a faster processor as well. We're not going to see dual lens on it. I don't think they're going to keep the slab type design with the really square edges. I think they are going to change it and bring it in line with the design of the rest of the range. If we look back to when it was first introduced, in fact, it was using one of the older style casings anyway from the iPhone 5 and 5S, so that's why it remained that design. And I think Apple do this a lot. They're going to sort of trickle down the parts and the design, because this is how they keep their costs so good from the current range. So I do think it's going to fall into line with the design of the iPhone 8. My wish really for all of the new iPhones this year is that they at least spend some time, and I know this is a little bit of a moan, it's a little bit off topic, but I do hope they really do start refining iOS. It certainly has got a lot better over the past sort of 6 months with the updates. There is still a lot of bugs. I experienced bugs just today when I was testing something for a client, and you know, it still niggles me. It still does niggle me that Apple have lost this focus on what they're doing, and I do truly hope that they really refine iOS, so in its next iteration with the next range of smartphones they bring out, that they really start to gain back the faith in a lot of the loyal users that did make that switch, including myself, to Android. So I do hope that they do that. It's going to be an exciting year anyway, very exciting year ahead. Apple don't seem to be slowing down. People have said many things over the past few months about the iPhone 10 being a failure, yet iPhone sales still went up, I think about 3% in the last quarter, something like that. They're selling millions of smartphones. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the last quarter it was about between 45 and 53 million, something like that. Unbelievable, mind-blowing amount of smartphones. So I don't think they're going to be stopping anytime soon. They are obviously the force to be reckoned with. and they do a great job of the actual hardware. I think it's just the software that they need to refocus on. So anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much to Life's Life for actually posing this question. I really do appreciate it. Now, this particular video is the second in a series, so I'm going to be doing another question of the day next Monday around about 4 PM GMT. So if you have got any new questions at all and you want your question considered for next week's video, then please do drop that down in the comment section below. I really do want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, as always, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe, because I publish a new tech video pretty much every single day. And I'll see you all in the next one.